So welcome back. So in this episode, I'm gonna share with you what I learned from Brendon Burchard, and that really helped me, and it also impacted my life when it comes to personal growth, when it comes to personal development. So in this episode, I'm gonna share with you 3 things that I learned from Brendon Burchard, and that's coming up. Okay, so welcome back. And for those of you who don't know who Brendon Burchard is, he's a motivational speaker. He's into personal development and he's into like personal growth. And I'm gonna share with you what I learned from him when I was trying to like learn all this stuff. Sometimes I don't even know what's the purpose of meditation. So I'm gonna share with you the first lesson that I learned from Brendon Burchard, and that is to face your doubt. Now, we all have doubts, and sometimes we have these limiting beliefs that if we're gonna do this, are we gonna make it? And we have all of this stuff, which is like the reason why we are like so incompetent, because at the first place, we don't believe that we can do it. We don't believe that we can make it. We don't believe that we have the skills. So think about it. If you are facing doubt and you are running away from it, guess what? It will keep coming back. It will always follow you even though you are sleeping. So like, how do you deal with it? So just face your doubt, and that is one of the reasons that you can just do is just facing it. Although you will feel, some fear that you might fail or you don't succeed, but just face it, because there's nothing else that you can do unless you face your doubt. So the second lesson that I learned from Brendon Burchard is this one thing. And sometimes we are too generous, sometimes we are too kind to tell people not to say no. And sometimes even though we don't really like saying no, but we tend to say just, okay, maybe we can extend more. So the second thing that I learned from Brendon Burchard is you need to set your boundaries. Can you remember when you go out with your friends and maybe you will just grab, like, let's say a couple of drinks, and then hours later you will end up like having a lot more, which is like it already consumed the rest of your night, or the rest of your day. So just think about it. If someone will like ask you to go out, or maybe you're too afraid to say no, then at least you need to set a boundaries, which is like you can just say, okay, I can stay with you for just an hour, then after that I'll be gone because I need to do something. So think about it. If you will set boundaries, you will get more things done. And that is especially like, so if I'm gonna put that out in my workflow, if I'm editing a video, editing videos can take hours and hours and hours, and sometimes it's not just 2 hours, sometimes it can take up to 5 hours. So what I do so that I can finish it right away, so I am using this app that will keep track on my workflow. So I have this 5-minute rest, and then I have an hour of editing. So by the time that I am editing my videos or for my client's video, I just work or I just edit for just an hour. Then after an hour, I will have another 5 minutes rest, and then I will have another an hour. Then after 2 hours, and that's one cycle, after 2 hours of editing the video, I will move on to the next project. At least I am not stuck in just one project, and I am doing a couple of things in just one day by just managing my time and just by setting my boundaries when it comes to working and when it comes to disciplining myself, so that I can get more things done in just a short period of time. So that's the second thing that I learned from Brendon Burchard, which is always set your boundaries. Okay, so the third lesson I learned from Brendon Burchard is this one thing. Of course, I can share you a lot of things that I learned from him, but I just picked the top 3 lessons that struck to me. So the third thing is that always shorten the gap from idea to implementation. So what does it mean? So sometimes if we have this idea, sometimes we tend to do some research. Sometimes we spend days and sometimes even weeks or months before we do something about it, because sometimes we just want this, we want to see the the whole blueprint so that we can work on that thing that we want to do. But sometimes if you have this idea and you don't implement it, you keep waiting and you keep delaying it, what will happen is you lose your momentum. You will lose, your drive to do the things that is firing you up. Because like, whether you admit it or not, sometimes when you are sleeping, you just, this idea will just pop out, and then you are excited to start the day or start your next day so that you will implement this one. But always shorten the gap from idea to implementation. So what you will do, or what you can do, is that when you have this idea, always take action and just shorten it. Always remember that you are doing this because you have this great idea, because this great idea will just be in a minute or two and then it will be gone. So once you will not act on that idea, then it will gone forever. So always shorten the gap between idea and the implementation. So that's the top 3 lessons that I learned from Brendon Burchard, and I hope you learned something in this episode. And if you do, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so that you'll get notified every time I post a brand new video. And also give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. Thumbs down if you don't like this video. I guess that also works, and it's fine for me. At least I will know that I'm creating the right content for you. So without further ado, that's all for today, and I'll see you tomorrow. So I hope you're loving it and you're getting a value out of this content. So I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao for now.